Delight voucher as well, 52 232 955. Banger has joined us online. G'day, Banger.
Can you go, bud?
Yeah, good, thank you, Banger. Good to hear from you again.
Yeah, look, just want to apologise to Chappie. Chappie, how you going, buddy?
Hey, Banger.
Yeah, look, man, I was went a little bit hard at you a couple of weeks back. I had a bit of a tough day, you know, and I had a bit of a go at you about a fortnight ago, so I'd just like to apologise, mate. I really reckon you're the best thing to happen to Werribee since Anthony Clear came runner-up in Australian Idol, mate. So you've really put the city back on the map, mate. Unfortunately, I had commitments at the Werribee Golf Club yesterday collecting balls, so I didn't get down to Soldiers Reserve. But I did manage to come down to the game later on to collect cans. You know, I collect cans during the week and sell them. And, you know, I collected 850 cans, and that was all in the coach's room. So, fantastic. Must have been a big day down there yesterday, Chappie.
There's a fair crowd down there, Banger. Yeah, it was probably one of the biggest crowds we've had down there with Fev being there. And, so you would have made some good coin off it, I think.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Should be able to buy the kids a few toys during the week. Now, listen, every Wednesday, I think I told you guys a few weeks back that I go to bingo at Werribee Plaza with my mum every Wednesday. And I was in there on Wednesday at the Werribee Plaza with my mum, and you know when the person behind the microphone, they sort of, you know, they yell out the number and they've got a little bit of a saying, you know that?
Yep.
Yeah,
legs
look,
11.
They were going through the numbers, you know, and they were saying legs 11, and I got on a bit of a roll, so when he was saying number 11, legs 11, I was yelling out like L Spalding, and then when he said sweet 16, I yelled out Jimmy Buckley. He said knock on the door, number 4, and then I said Sticks Kernahan. Everyone like at the table, they were all laughing. They thought it was really funny. And then he said cup of tea, number 3, and everyone thought I was going to say Mark Murphy, and I said Mike Fitzpatrick, and that just killed him. And then they said slice of heaven, and I yelled out the Dominator. But the one that really got him was when they said unlucky for son number 13, and I yelled out not unlucky for Jed Lamb. it was unbelievable. But then this big Samoan came over security and said, look, you better settle down, mate. They're causing a little bit too much of a ruckus. So I said, no worries, son. Anyway, I was sitting on a table. This woman, she recognised that I was a Carlton supporter. I knew so much about the footy club and its history. And her name was Rita, right? And Rita, this is unbelievable, some of the people I meet at the bingo. Rita used to babysit every Friday night the Silvagni boys, right? You know the Silvagni boys, Jack who's playing for Carlton today, and his younger brother Ben. I'm not quite sure the youngest one's name, but it was when they were teenagers and Sosh was on like GWS list manager duties, and I don't know where Joe was. He was probably out and about, but she used to babysit them every Friday night, and they'd watch the footy, right? And this is like pretty explosive stuff. I don't know whether I should be saying it on air, but I will anyway. But what
Be
used
careful,
to happen?
Banger.
They watched the. Am I quite happy to keep going, or should I stop it?
Just be careful.
Yeah. Anyway. What happened was, every Friday night they watched the Channel 7 coverage, and they were only teenagers, Jack and his young brothers, and they get to the end of the game and the celebrations and the team song. Now, what's happening at the moment with Carlton and Jack Silvagni, have you got any phobias, Chappie?
Spiders.
Yeah, it is a common one, isn't it? Spiders and snakes and heights, right? But the big breaking news out of Carlton is that young Jack Silvagni, he's got a phobia against the Gatorade shower. And that's it, because what Rita was saying, right, what Rita said was every Friday night when the boys, they'd imitate and simulate the Gatorade shower, and it was Jack's turn to get in the middle, right, and he slipped and hit his head on the coffee table. And ever since then, he has to close his eyes every time the Gatorade shower that happens. He's got this massive phobia. And that's why, right, he was taken so late in the draft and no one really bidded for it. Now, the reason why it took him so long for him to make his debut was he's played against games that Carlton were not going to win. You know, Adelaide, West Coast today. And they're thinking of dropping Jack Silvagni for the Brisbane game in a fortnight's time just because of the Gatorade shower. It is unbelievable stuff coming out of that footy club at the moment, boys. I really feel for the kid because it really could derail his career.
Oh, Banger.
Oh, Banger, you hear some extraordinary things at bingo there.
Keep your ear to the ground, Banger.
You've just got to thank Rita for that. That came from Rita, who used to babysit the boys. So I'd leave it on that. Got good calling today. Go to Blues and I'll speak to you again, okay? See you later.
Thanks, Banger.
Banger. 52232.
Oh, we heard Banger rang in on Friday night too and delivered some extraordinary stuff that Jimmy Buds hell was a Pokemon. And that some of his teammates, that's why there was a problem within the playing group. Some of his teammates were trying to kill him. They were at the front of his house. Oh, he's some extraordinary things, Banger.
52232.